Hello, my name's Julia Pitchelman, and today I'm going to be doing a director's cut of my movie intro, Where Are You? So, to get things started, I wanted to start with the MPAA age rating, which I chose to be PG 13. Since throughout my film there's going to be themes of kidnapping and probably coarse or foul language, which might not be suitable for a younger audience under 13. Now, my production company is Pitchelman Productions, and going further, and if I do go further in making films, I would want to focus on suspenseful and mysteries and crime related films because I'm really interested in that. And I love that suspense of not knowing what comes next or trying to figure out what happens. So I really want to stay within those themes. So, the mise en scène of this movie, this film the movie intro happens outside and indoors. Now, for the outdoor part, this is where your female lead or the person that gets kidnapped is outside at a park. You can see there's a lake behind, a nice tree, sunshine, a bench. And I really wanted it to be a normal area, like a common area that everybody can find everywhere because it just establishes the how a kidnapping can happen everywhere, which also ties into issues that happen in the world. Now the kidnapper has a mask, of course, and is wearing all black for his costume. And then one of the most important props throughout this whole movie intro is the cell phone. And you can see Mr. Boss, we don't know who that is yet, is calling this girl. So you know she was trying to wait for him and is up to something. And this phone call basically establishes the whole plot, I think, because there's definitely a reason why this guy was calling. So I think the phone was one of the most important props used because we see it reoccurring a lot. Now for the indoor stuff, um, there is a board which the detective is trying to figure out what's going on, of course, because that's what a detective does. So she, of course, has the pictures up, the question marks. You can see Mr. Boss's name right there at the bottom. And of course, the classic yarn trying to connect all of the people together. And then I tried to make sort of a forensics lab look. So that's why I have the cups and the plates or platters, and then I used dye to make look like it was blood or chemicals used in a scientific lab. And then right there at the bottom, you see evidence, which is the phone, because this was going to be very important in the future of the film. Now for sound, I think sound was very, very important, and I will show you why. So I don't know if you saw, but right there at the beginning, the kidnapper walks into frame when the beat drops, when it makes the very eerie noise. Let's watch that again. Right there. So I think this was very critical to, first of all, create that sense of suspense, since that's what I was going for, suspenseful mystery drama. And I really think it just helped get the viewer to really gravitate towards this character that's clearly in danger. Now, also for sound, I wanted to pick a song that could be a soundtrack. Now, I think this was a really good choice. I found this song on a copyright-free website, and it was honestly the perfect fit. I thought the plucking of the violin or the playing of the violin was really good in making it suspenseful, since it just has that vibe, and it's like it just gives that emotion of, oh, like something needs to be solved, like this ambition that, of course, this detective is probably going to have throughout the film. And also, the sound that I used wasn't just sound effects or music. because of course I wasn't actually going to call 911.
Hello?
So
Are you there?
again, the
Where are you?
phone is very important throughout this whole film.
Emergency.
So
Hello?
I used an overlay.
Hello?
I
Are you
overlaid
there?
my voice on
Where
the
are you?
phone to make it sound like she was
Emergency.
calling the police, obviously.
Hello?
So now going into the characters and their relationships with each other. So I want to say there's 3.5 characters in this movie intro since we don't really know who Mr. Boss is or who he is in general, but you know he's a person, like he's established, but we don't know anything about him. So of course you have your young female who gets kidnapped. We know that she's trying to meet this guy, Mr. Boss, but we don't know why. And of course you have the kidnapper, who is trying to get this young damsel. And then you have your detective, which is trying to connect all these people together. Now, for the stereotypes, you have your classic damsel in distress, but I feel like I added a little twist because she's definitely a part of some conspiracy with this guy, Mr. Boss, since she got kidnapped. And then there's the bad guy with the mask, the kidnapper, very classic. Like, there's always going to be that guy, like in Scream, the mask. You don't know who it is, trying to uncover that. And then your superhero detective. This detective is obviously going to be very uh, optimistic. Maybe not optimistic, but is going to try their hardest to solve this case. And it honestly just right at the beginning, you see who your protagonists are, which is the detective, and who your antagonists are. Now, for the credits and titles, let me play the video.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Where are you?
Now,
Hello?
for the main title design,
Are you
I
there?
wanted something impactful,
Where are you?
so I literally went impactful but simple. I literally went with the font
Hello?
Impact, and
Hello?
I wanted
Are you
it
there?
to
Where are you?
come out to the audience and vanish,
Hello?
just like how that
Hello?
girl just got
Are you
kidnapped
there?
and probably vanished
Where are
in a
you?
bunch of people's lives. So I wanted to add that layer, and it's also
Hello?
breaking that
Hello?
dimension since
Are you there?
the police officers
Where are
say,
you?
"Where are you?" as the title is
Hello?
showing, which I thought was
Hello? Are you there?
And for my credits, I of course added myself, and created by Julia Pitchelman. And I wanted the font to be classic, like, oh, I'm a posh detective, to give that stereotype as well. Um, and for the actors, I wanted to have at least them in the frame, like a picture of them when their name appeared. So for Samuel Rodriguez, I know the hand is blocking his face, but anyways, he's wearing a mask, so you wouldn't know who he is. But that's him. And then for Mia Weltman, of course, that's also her right there above. And Beatrice Pitchelman is in the background. So to capture the audience, I wanted to add scenes and shots that really just could intrigue and entertain the audience. So of course, going back to this scene, the sound really helps get that intrigue for the audience. Like, oh, there's this guy. Why is he attacking this girl? And I really just like how the sound just drops every time something happens. The character appears. She turns around to realize that somebody's behind her, watching her. I just really like how that happened, and I hope that and I want the audience to feel that, oh, this is unsettling, and that's how I'd be capturing the audience by doing that. Then I also wanted to add cool shots, so I had that POV shot of the guy coming towards her. Then I went down on the floor and got that lower angle on both sides. The first one showing the phone dropping and the girl getting taken away, and this shot right here that you can see with them in the background while the phone is in the foreground. But since the depth of field is blurred in the background, it gives that effect of like, oh, like I'm distant from them, like she's getting away from me. And as that's playing, you hear the phone ringing. But you throughout this whole scene, there's no Nat sound. So the only Nat sound you're hearing is this phone. And I think that also implies how important this phone is going to be in the future. Maybe there's information, or the phone has some special lock that the detective is going to have to open and crack to get these files or something. So yeah. Now, for the social groups and issues, you can clearly see right off the bat it talks about kidnappings, which of course is a really bad thing in the world, which is a big issue. And social groups, just female and like young girls in general, maybe not feeling safe in an environment, um, in any environment by themselves, which honestly is an awful feeling to have to go through. And I think that was one of the big things for me because I really want this female character, even though she might be around some sketchy things throughout the movie, I want her to grow and become I'm going to tell you already, she's already a really independent woman, but I want her to grow even more as a person and show that she's independent and capable of protecting herself. Even though she will get the help from the detective. And yeah. So thank you so much for listening. That's all for me. I honestly really enjoyed making this film. It was really out of my comfort zone because usually I just do news packages and stuff like that. So this really helped me broaden my sense of camera work because I do that a lot. So I definitely will be doing more of this in the future, and I can't wait to see where that takes me. So thank you so much.